What's up, poker players? This is Spewtarrrrd for my second video. In this video, I want to show you guys how to get maximum value out of a top pair medium kicker against regulars, against players who's going to put you on a range, and we'll get more value out of our top pair medium kicker by making it look like a bluff. So my last video I just covered one hand, and in this video I'm going to show you two hands. I'm going to try to make it shorter. In the first hand, we'll go see a flop with ace-10 offsuit in a four-way pot. I'll be in position and I'll flop top pair with my ace. Now let me give you a little bit of information on the players who are going to be involved in this hand. The small blind is a professional, kind of nit, and very straightforward against me. The middle position is actually a PLOI stakes player, and he's waiting to play in that game. He's the next guy in line, so there's already a full table and he's waiting for his spot on the PLO. It's a very huge, like 25-25 PLO game. So he's kind of bored and he came to play the no limits since the game was starting. So yeah, we've been playing like for now 2 orbits, and he's literally been running over the table. He's been raising like half of his hand. He's been 3-betting at least 4 or 5 times already in 2 orbits, and one guy 4-bet him and he 5-bet shoved on him. So yeah, the dynamic is very everybody's looking at him. He's got all the momentum. He's won pretty much all of his spots in which he's been involved, so people are kind of a bit scared of him. And it's also very annoying because he's literally raising every hand and winning every hand. So this is a bit the dynamic we got at the table at the moment. So here's the action. Under the gun will be limping. Middle position is making a standard raise, and it gets to us on the button with ace-10. Now I want to point out something, like a normal reaction that most of the players here will tend to have is to re-raise with that kind of hand, because since the guy is a total maniac and he's raising every hand, you'll feel like ace-10 is the nuts here, and you also want to make his life a bit harder since he's winning every hand, and you kind of develop this hatred against him because he's winning every pot and you're not. So one of the natural reaction here would be to 3-bet him like to 150 or 175 because you say, hey, my hand is better. But I really like flatting more here for the simple reason that if we 3-bet and we get exposed to a 4-bet, that means we either want to 5-bet shove on him or fold or folding. So he's gonna mainly, I think, 4-bet us with weaker hands that we have. He's not necessarily gonna call like with, let's say, a ace-8, ace-7, whatever type of hand. So it's hard to get value out of his worst hand. I think he's mostly gonna try to turn them into a bluff, into a 4-bet, and I'd rather let him stay in this hand for cheaper. So by flatting, we let him stay with all his smaller ace that he's probably gonna open all his ace X, ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4. So we let him stay in the hand like this. We have position, and we'll be playing with a lot of space. And what I mean by that is that we have a small pot compared to our stacks. Plus, we get a chance also to let under the gun +1 join this hand with a weaker hand. So I really like more flatting here than raising. So we flat, small blind calls, and under the gun completes. Flop come ace queen 6 with a flush draw, and everybody gonna check to us, which is good. At that point, if middle position had a real hand in that many players, he's not expecting us to see bet, so he's probably not trapping. And we'll see what are going to be the reaction of a small blind and under the gun. But at this point, we should feel like our hand is the best. So we're going to go ahead and bet 100. 100 is pretty standard. I'll go with half here, basically because I think that's the best sizing to get value from worst, and we can reevaluate with like I said, like the reaction.